let's be clear about this. We're living in interesting times. On the one hand, we're desperately scrambling to get things done, to adjust to the new normal, the temporary new normal, we would hope, to find ways to buy food and bring it home, to organize things in ways that they keep functioning at the very least at a basic level, so we can come out of the isolation sometime in the future with something we can base a new life on. But ultimately, it is also an emotional time. I find that a lot of people I communicate with these days experience something very similar. They find that their emotions are bubbling much nearer to the surface than they would normally do. And I'm certainly not alone to be watching a movie and finding myself breaking down in tears completely, where normally I wouldn't do that. And that's not just because I wouldn't allow myself to do it, but simply because it doesn't happen. I think we should let those emotions out. It's important to not bottle them up, and maybe your body is telling you that this is a time where you have the time and the opportunity to let emotions come out. And why not experience them? There is a danger to letting emotions run amok and come out at will, of course. But in most cases, that will subside. I'm on a roller coaster myself. I'm sad 1 minute, and 10 minutes later I'm elated at watching something that makes me laugh. I think that's normal, and it balances out in the end. I rarely go to bed thinking my future is doomed or laughing out loud, but it happens, and it's normal. Now, if you find yourself going down a spiral that you cannot control, make sure you have a person you can share this with. And I would urge you to find somebody who is willing to share time with you, to give you some of their time to listen and to reflect to you what they hear. Because that could be just the regulator you need to come back out of that spiral and be back your normal self. It's called holding space, and it's to a good part what I do with my clients, obviously. But in this particular case, if you find a partner through a video conference or a phone call, I would suggest a video conference, then you can do that for each other. One person would be there to listen in one instance, where the other one explores their emotions and brings them out. And then at the next call, you do it the other way around. It has to be clearly separate because the roles are very different and you don't want to mix them up. Why am I saying this? I find a lot of people are isolating of their own will or through practical limitations. And if you're on your own, emotions can run amok. It's easy. The moment you let go of control, and we all have those moments in these days, we get overwhelmed by emotions. And in many cases, that's not an issue because emotions go high and then they come back to a normal level. But sometimes that's not the case. And I want you to stay safe. So make sure you have that emergency call set up ahead of time with somebody you trust. Think about it. Who could be that person? And by all means, give them a call. Set some time aside with that person and figure out if that's something you can do for each other. Be good to each other in these times. Stay safe and come back for more.